is he? Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, we are two brothers, and we really like art.
Yeah, we do. Well, welcome back to Brothers in Art.
Episode 2.
Episode 2. So I kind of feel like it's episode 1 in a way because
I do too.
the first
We didn't really
one was a
say
lot,
very much on
it
the
was
first
a lot
one.
of fluff. It was all about us. I really. This is the good stuff. We're gonna get through the good stuff.
That's right. Today we're talking about visual memory.
Visual memory. Very, very important
Very
in the life
important.
of an artist.
I agree.
Why is it important? Well, it's important because an artist has to sit down and take what's in our minds and what's
Especially
what's
for
going
an
on.
illustrator, you have to work
especially
from
for an
your
illustrator,
imagination.
and put it on paper. We need to remember things that we've seen and input that we've gotten and put it on paper.
Yeah.
And that goes for an illustrator, because it's a lot of imagination-based stuff.
Right,
But it also
right.
goes for fine artists too.
Yeah.
Even looking at what they're seeing.
Yeah, I mean, well, and it's mostly, I would say it's more neglected by fine artists than it is by illustrators, because illustrators are working from their imagination, so they're thinking, well, I got to remember this because I got to draw something
Yeah.
crazy later.
And deadlines.
Right, yeah.
Deadlines.
But for a fine artist, a lot of people think, well, I'm looking at it, it's right there. I don't need to remember it. I can just go look at it again. But really, that limits you.
Yeah.
You're not able to express as much because you can't change anything. You
That's
can't
true.
say, I want to change the color, I want to change the position, or I want to change the lighting, because if you don't have any reference point for any of those things, then you find yourself in trouble, And so I think if fine artists would do what Da Vinci did and did what a lot of
it's
people
been around a long
they were
time.
forced to do that, but
That's right.
they didn't have Google right at their fingertips with all the reference imagery they wanted. But
Yeah.
I think if more fine artists did that, they would find that they have more options when they sit there in front of the canvas,
Well, it's been around for a while, and I found this book online, and it's by Horace Lecoq de Boisbaudran. It sounds good.
Yeah, and it's totally public domain too.
I don't know.
We'll give you the link
We'll
to
put
the
his
whole
name
book
up because
It's
we're
great.
gonna mess it up. But it's called.
Yeah, we'll put his name up too.
This is in English, so I can read this.
Yeah.
Training of the Memory in Art and the Education of the Artist. So this was like mid-19th century that this was going on, okay? So you have a guy that's writing about this even in mid-19th century. It's a heavy read.
Yeah, but it's great. But it's good though.
It's good, but
Yeah.
you might have to read it twice. I did, but
You do.
To get
We're
some
not
of
as
it.
smart as they were, but
I think they were much smarter than us.
at least more well read.
Anyway.
We know more TV, but they were more well read.
It makes me a little upset.
I
Actually.
know.
Let's not talk about it anymore. Okay, but how can we do this then? All right,
Yeah.
what can we say to these guys, and how can we even instruct
Yeah.
ourselves? I think
Yeah.
in order to flex these muscles, in order to train
Yeah.
ourselves in visual memory.
Yes.
I was thinking down the Illustrator line. Okay, one thing is that you can do, and I'm just going to use a quick illustration of this. You'll have to expand it out, and you can do it with whatever you want.
Yeah.
But spend some time. Let's just take a dragon, for instance, as the subject
Dragons are
matter.
cool.
Dragons are awesome. Why not? But draw some, what do we have that are close to dragons or some of the elements of dragons? Draw some iguanas for a while, or lizards. Draw some bats. Draw birds, their wings and things like that. Do some reference work with that stuff and have it in front of you. Have it all spread out. Sketch some of that stuff. Then put it all away. Okay,
Right.
and then go to a clean sheet and design a dragon based on the
Yeah.
stuff that you have
Yeah.
now in your memory. And I think the more you do that, even with other topics,
Yeah.
it's going to flex that muscle.
Yeah.
And-
Especially if you're taking notes during it and understanding how it's working. How is that
Yeah,
bat
the
actually?
mechanics.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and all of that.
Right.
You'll be able to
Very
use that
important.
later. Yeah, but for fine artists, this was actually
I would do this even myself, though, I think.
yeah. This
Yeah.
is pretty interesting. This is one thing that my teachers gave to me. They gave us these shapes to help us with our visual memory. And what you would do is basically just take tracing paper and trace one angle. And then you put that tracing paper aside, look at the shape for a little while. You can set whatever time you want to test yourself. And then you put this away and try to finish the shape exactly as it is on there. Now, those look easy, those initial ones. But then it gets to the point where, well, not a blank sheet. That's
easy, too.
That's the easiest one. Yeah. It's like silhouettes of people, and they need to be exactly accurate. So I'll put PDFs of these up on underneath the video down here. And links to them down there.
Okay.
And so you guys, I'll be practicing this too. I haven't done this for a while. I need to catch up on it. So you guys can practice that too. Then if you
You know what?
have it there.
I really feel we're talking about this, but I really feel my visual memory is good. I feel like it's pretty good.
I think it's pretty good, but you know who it's not as good as? Our artist spotlight.
Artist spotlight. That
Michael
is right.
Klein.
Michael Klein.
He's got some serious good visual memory.
Yeah, you talk about somebody now that's actually doing these things, and one of the other ways that people can actually practice is actually to go to a class.
Exactly.
And he's got a class on this.
He does at the Grand Central Academy, and it's close enough to us in New York. I might try to sneak down there and take it, but he goes through some of these things where you draw from, or you look at the model, you draw from the model, and then you finish it away from the model. So
yeah.
that's one of the things to practice visual memory you may not have thought of. There's actually classes on it. So
Yeah.
so it's great. But you think your visual memory's
Well,
good?
I don't know about Michael. I mean, his stuff's really good, but
I mean, stuff's awesome.
I think
look him up.
I think I am pretty good with my visual memory. I'll stand behind that.
There's only one way to put that to the test. You realize that, right?
Well, what do you mean? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
Souffles.
Souffles.
Yes.
You're gonna have to explain this one to me.
Well, listen. I'm not going to use any recipes, and we're going to go up to my house right now. Go
you're gonna-
right up there. all
Okay.
right? No recipes. No measuring. None of that.
But you've done this before.
I've done it before.
I've never done this before.
Yeah, you've never done it before. But listen, no measuring, no recipes. I'm just going to make it. You watch me.
Okay.
I will say nothing to him.
Okay.
All right? And we'll see if you can just watch me and absorb visually what I'm doing and
yeah.
duplicate that.
So I'm
that
just going to
souffle.
watch you do this, and then I have to duplicate it and make a souffle.
That's right. Perfect test of visual memory.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on indeed.
It's the Visual Memory Souffle Challenge. Let's get ready to bake!
I'm gonna make some souffles.
Well, we're done.
Huh?
We're done.
Huh?
I have to say, I'm pretty shocked. that
Yeah!
it's edible.
Yes. Visual memory acute.
You put egg yolks in the egg whites. I thought that was gonna doom you. And then you had that kind of slurry flour butter.
I didn't use the whisk, but
Mixture.
it's all love. It's love went into it, and that's why. Look, I'll try it. Here.
Yeah, yours is like custard. I would say yours is like custard.
So good.
It's a weird texture though.
So good. Well,
Look, it's like jiggly.
it's kind of like Jello or. Put
Hey,
it-
I have to say though, I didn't think you'd get it edible. Get it to be edible, and you did.
Well, you know what?
That's what I'm saying.
Boom. Okay. Look at that. John's a souffle master too. So
I'm not a master, but I do dabble.
okay. Well, listen. Here's a challenge to you guys. If you think you can replicate the souffle challenge,
yeah.
all right,
Watch
please
that part of the video.
watch that part of the video. Try to do it. Post through. Give us to it. Give it. I can't even talk now. I'm so overcome with my accomplishment.
I'm just worried. I'm just eating mine.
Put it in an email to us. Post it on the channel below in the comments. Again, I just want to remind you, we are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're at Bros in Art, and also brosinart@gmail.com. So please get in contact with us with any questions, or even if you do the souffle challenge. We'd love to hear from you. We really would. But
Yeah.
just want to leave everybody with one final comment. This is from Ian Miller. We'll flash his website up. Great artist from Great Britain. Works a lot with Games Workshop, stuff like that. He says this in a issue of Imagine Effects from March of this year. He said, the pursuit of excellence must be the driving force behind any creative endeavor. Nothing else will do. There are no shortcuts. And he's talking about using digital software or magic formulas. Never make excuses for bad work. Be honest about what you do, treat people with respect, and help fellow artists whenever you can. So that hit me because that's kind of what we're trying to do here too.
That's
so
right.
we're right on board with you, Ian. Thanks for that article and that quote. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to end this episode enjoying more of my Made with Love souffle.
Well, mine's done.
Oh, whoa.
I want to see you guys doing the souffle challenge. We'll see you next time on Brothers in Art.
Later.
Boom.
I'm a souffle master.